Yeah, so I mean, unconscious bias is made up of two types of systems thinking. Type 1 is characterized by thinking which is fast, it's unconscious, it's automatic, and it's routine. So 97% of the decisions that we make come from type 1 thinking. And this kind of thinking is very much prone to error and bias. Think about 2 plus 2. It probably didn't even, take you long. You didn't even have to think about the answer. It was automatically came up as 4. So another example, complete the phrase, bread and what? Bread and butter. Extensive research has been conducted on unconscious bias, which is also known as implicit bias, if you've come across that term. And this type of bias, it falls under type 1 system thinking, which is rooted in our unconscious, and which we also know is very, very difficult to access. Um, Type 1 thinking can be useful, especially when quick decisions need to be made or when danger is imminent. However, as you can see, it can also derail us. It can cause us to jump to conclusions and, sometimes lead us to engage in stereotypical behaviors as well as discriminatory practices. On the other hand, we've got systems 2 thinking, which is characterized by thinking which is slow, it's conscious, it's effortful, and it's complex. This type of decision makes up 3% of the decisions,
Wow.
and it is a more reliable type of thought process. If you had to
So
think about 45 times 37. I mean, that for most people, that's not going to come instantaneously. It's
no.
probably going to take your brain a lot longer to process, because you need to think about it. You probably have to do some kind of calculation to get to the answer. So something very interesting, a statistic that I also came across. It said our unconscious mind processes 200,000 times more information than our conscious frontal lobes, which
Wow.
is absolutely fascinating. I mean,
So we're
our
making.
unconscious
I think
mind.
you're saying we're making 97% of our decisions on what you refer as type one, which is that sort of subconscious, automatic, pre-learned, response, almost reactive. And only 3% of our decisions are actually made using the decision-making center of our brain, which is our frontal lobe. That's really interesting.